if you use TradingView, you've browsed the indicators section, and if you're hunting for profitable ones, you've hit the trending tab. The problem is, trending doesn't mean profitable. It means popular, lots of boosts, lots of hype, but does any of it actually make money? Today I'm grabbing one of the top trending indicators, converting it into a strategy, and backtesting it with our own validation system to find out if it has a real edge or if it's just good marketing. Let's pull it up. First thing first, we head over to TradingView and then go to indicator. You can find lots of indicators here, but what we want to find is an indicator from the trending tab. In the trending tab, you can see indicators and strategies. This one is an indicator adaptive regression breakout map, which is from Gains Algo, and it has lots of boosts. Like over 3K have boosted this indicator, so it must be a good one. So I'm gonna choose this one, and it is plotted on the chart, and here it is. Since it has TP or exit points, this is a suitable indicator to turn it to a strategy. It also has a map performance, and in this box we can see that it has near 60% win rate, which might be interesting at first glance, but trade sharp is 0.18, which is bad. We want to see a trade sharp over 1, at least over 1. So this trade sharp is not something we want to see in a profitable indicator or strategy. The total signal are 54, so here we don't have enough sample size. Anyway, we are going to turn this indicator to a strategy first. For doing this, we have to open the Pine script or Pine editor. And as you can see, the code is here. What we want to do now, this is indicator, we have to turn it into a strategy so we can backtest it. So what we do now is copy this code and paste it into an AI like ChatGPT or Claude. At first I gave it to ChatGPT and it turned it into a code or a strategy code, but it didn't go well, so I decided to change the AI. ChatGPT is not very well for this because we don't have control on any model, and I think this is the cheap model, maybe ChatGPT 5.5 or Luna. And if it were, for example, Soul model, everything would have been different. But anyway, I decided to change the AI to Claude, in which we have more control on it. By the way, I'm on a free version now. Later, we are going to use Claude Code and the paid version, but you don't need the paid version to turn an indicator to a strategy. The Sonnet model on Claude on the free version can do it easily. And I gave it to the Claude and actually turned it to the strategy, but for some reason it doesn't show it on the artifact panel. It doesn't matter, we have it here. So the next step is I'm gonna copy all these and I'm gonna get back to the TradingView, and what we are going to do here is we're gonna create a new strategy. Delete all the things that you can see here and paste the code on here. Now we have a strategy instead of an indicator. First, let me clear this up. Now that we have the code, I'm gonna add it to the chart, and here it is. We have the backtest, we have the strategy on the chart, and automatically we can see the backtest. This is actually the backtest on Euro USD. It's on a 10K account on 1 hour chart, and it's from January 2nd to August 18, 2026. The PNL is around 3%, which is not something we expected from an indicator that has lots of boosts, and it's one of the trending indicator on TradingView. Anyway, the profit factor is not interesting at all. The win rate is around 33%. Again, it's not something that you expect from a profitable strategy. So maybe it's not good for Euro USD. Let's try other instruments. Let's say we're gonna test it on Bitcoin. It's even worse. It turned into a losing strategy. Let's go to something like gold and see what's going on here. Nothing less than 1% here. What about an index like S&P? Okay, it's getting worse. Now let me try on something like Nvidia stock to see how it performed here. Interesting. We have 85% return. Okay, let's check and see about other stocks. Maybe it's a good one for stocks. So let's, for example, test on Tesla and see. Nope. Again, we are in the red. So what about maybe another one, Apple? What about Apple? No, we are losing money here as well. So just Nvidia. So we only are profitable in Nvidia and in 1 hour time frame. What about other time frame? Let's test it on 4 hour time frame in the same period. No, we don't have permission to this because we are in a free version of TradingView. So we can't backtest a custom time frame or a custom period. The backtesting in TradingView has some limitation, as you saw, and things like we can't, for example, backtest on tick, and there are other metrics that you can't see if you are in a free plan. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna test it with something that I built myself, but before that I need to turn it into an indicator working on MT5, MetaTrader 5. That's why I asked Claude to turn the indicator from Pine, which is for TradingView, to MT5 so I can test it on my platform. And the Claude did that, but it doesn't have the tools to compile it. We don't know if the indicator is bug free or doesn't have any error, but it doesn't matter because our tool can compile it, find the errors, fix it, and we can have access to more data and more time frame, more period of time, and see if this strategy is profitable or not. I'm gonna test it using MBT. This is a toolkit. This is an MCP that I wrote for Claude. MBT or MT5 backtest toolkit. It connects Claude to MT5 and provides many tools, many backtesting tools for Claude. For example, we can fetch price, backtest, and compile, run indicator, EAs. It can fix your EAs. Actually, Claude can fix your EA, but it can reveal errors after compiling, and it gives you an HTML report after backtesting. It's free if you want to use it. I have a video about it. You can watch this video to see how you can work with it, and if you want it completely free, you can use this one, which is for Claude desktop. Also, you can use it in any platform, MCP compatible platform like Codex or, for example, anti-gravity. The platform doesn't matter, it just needs to work with MCP. So if you want to use that, watch the video. Actually, the setup is very easy. If you don't know how to code or anything like that, you don't need that. You can just copy this link and give it to Claude and ask it to set it up for you and backtest it. For example, we have some examples here. You can ask Claude to run the indicator or backtest signals you already have. These are some examples. After Claude setting it up, you just ask Claude to do things for you. Nothing more. Anyway, I use this for backtest, and I also use another engine I'm developing now. It just backtests the strategy in another level. It stress tested, it used Monte Carlo and many other statistical methods to find out if the strategy is going to be profitable in the future. We use MBT to understand if the strategy has been profitable so far, but this engine tells you whether the strategy is going to be profitable in the future or not, which is actually what we want in reality. But anyway, this is under the development, but I used it in this indicator to find out if it is profitable or if it can be profitable in the future. Since I hit the limit in Claude and also ChatGPT, as I'm making this video, the Claude and ChatGPT were doing some stuff. We're working on the engine, so they ran out of the credit and I have to wait a bit to get the credit again, but it doesn't matter because I have another platform. So for doing that, I use anti-gravity and backtested using anti-gravity. The platform doesn't matter for backtesting because all of them can do that. So it backtested the strategy and we have the results here. We backtested this in a different way, so we have 83 trades instead of 162 that we had in the TradingView. The method is a little bit different for this indicator because the indicator or the strategy has 3 TPs and the TradingView considers every TP as a trade, but here we had a different strategy for backtesting, but the results is somehow the same. We have a win rate of 67% and 60R profit for the same period that we backtested in TradingView. So for example, if I change it to 3, you can say that we've made 61% in that duration of time, which is somehow close to what we have in TradingView, which is around 80% in that period of time. We also have more stats. We know that long are the ones that are really profitable in this swing strategy. We had 47 longs and all of them were profitable against 23 short or sell position with 21% win rate. So basically all our wins come from longs or buy orders. Anyway, we already know that this strategy is profitable on Nvidia and in 1 hour time frame for the past. But it's very unlikely that this strategy will be profitable in the future because we saw that in many instruments like Forex instruments or crypto or even other stocks, this strategy lost money. To make sure whether we are right or not, we need the stats of the engine. I've already tested with the engine as well and we have the results. And as we expected, the strategy is a losing one, not the winner. When we tested in our engine, the win rate is about 39%. You can see that the total return is minus 2.8% in the same period of time. So it's not 80% profit, or for example, if we risk 3%, it's not 61%. Instead, we are going to lose around 9%. So this strategy can't be profitable in the future. Of course, nothing is 100% correct, but our tests show that this strategy will not be profitable in the future. I'm going to talk about this engine and what it shows you, how it stress tests the strategy in the future videos. But for this video, we know that this specific strategy will probably not be profitable in any instruments, whether it is crypto or stocks or Forex. If you got any value from this video, smash the like button. See you on the next.